So good. We are really seeing strong parliamentary debate here. This is certainly not a hung parliament. Yeah. Okay, shall we have a few more? Yes, I see some. Okay, hang on. Just 4 hands for us. Oh, and there's one. Okay, can we just restrict to 5? And may we ask you to just keep it as short as possible, all right? To the point. Let's start from the very top, yeah.
Yeah, I take Dr. Chua's point, but I think, when we talk about myths, what we're looking for is competing myths and the myths that are most successful to win out. But when we talk about competition, the fundamental part of competition is a level playing field. So the playing field here is obviously not level. And if the dominant narrative is so successful, surely they do not need the benefit of the ISA, the newspaper, NPPA, and all those other things. They should just loosen the fetters and let the myth compete in a free and open competition. And surely if the myth is true, if the myth is real, if the myth works for Singapore, it'll work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So is it all right if I go from the left to the right? Yeah? Okay, let's start from there.
Yeah, hi, thanks. Just to move things forward a bit, I think also that this issue of myths is more than just a local issue nowadays in this globalized age. I think it's become a very international issue as well, because Singapore actually sees a long line of admirers from all around the world who want to emulate our success. And the justification they actually give for this is that they see Singapore based on these uncriticized myths, and they want to actually take some of these myths and actually implement it in their own countries, believing that in doing so, they will be actually able to emulate our own success over here. So I think that in this discussion of myths, we should also ask ourselves, how can we also globalize challenging these myths, lest they also have effects beyond our own borders and our own nation in other countries as well? Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So, somebody else here? Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, on the left, and then we'll move to the right. Yeah. My right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add to this discussion how the myth may impact on individuals. Right? I did an art piece named The Unforgetting Space last year. And I invited members of the public to browse history textbooks that are used in our school in the last 30 years and to react to the scenario that, some of our history episodes may be propaganda, and for them to document missing or misrepresented historical episodes from their angle. And I just want to share that, I had just two examples, right? One is an NS man who told me that his reaction to the scenario is that Singapore history book is the story of success. Right? That's the first one, right? And the second one is a law undergrad, right? Who was very interested to contribute, but in the end did not. And I saw her stood in front of the typewriter for about 10 minutes. And when I approached her, she basically said that, it's enough that I know, I do not have to write it down, because I think that she exhibits for me a fear of having to, talk about our history, not just talk about it, but now to document it. So I think that this myth have a real impact on people, on students who have gone to our school and been socialized. So I just want to share that, and also just to say that this exhibition, The Unforgetting Space, is coming back again on 28th of June. Yes, I'd like to invite all of you to share this, because the idea of the exhibition is to reclaim the right to narrate history from the community point of angle. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Okay, I see more and more hands, so we have to kind of keep it a bit tighter. Yes? Yeah.
Well, my question is about how do we deal with myths? Because sometimes myths propagate because people want to believe them. It's kind of like fake news. People consume fake news because it reinforces their point of view. And a lot of times these, my question is essentially, sometimes perhaps the response required might not be a logical or rational one, and sometimes it might have to be an emotional one. And so what are your thoughts on how we can use the emotional tools to kind of deal with these myths and challenges?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You guys think about it, all right? One more, and then from here, and then here, and then we should kind of close it up a bit. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, I have many views, but I'm going to censor myself on a few because I'm also scared. But the thing is, I used to be very critical of the government, but I find our government is really a response. You know, like now, in the past, we said, you know, the aged are going to lower our property prices. We cannot have nursing home there in the same estate as, you know. But now we're talking about aging in place. So, you know, the government is getting more, I hate to use the word compassionate. Maybe it's a fake compassion, but whatever it is, I feel that it's increasing, you know.
Okay.
Another thing is, I want to ask whether the fintech economy, I mean, we are going the fintech way, but whether the fintech is serving us or are we serving fintech?
Okay,
You know,
thank
yeah,
you so
okay.
much. Yeah. These questions are really profound. Yeah? Okay, one more, then slow down. Yeah. Here.
I have a question, which is, the purpose of myths is to support an ideology, the political or cultural ideology of Singapore. Call it pragmatism, vulnerability, the three fears, kia su, kia si, kia bo. And we can scrutinize the myths, and some myths may be found wanting. So I want to ask, throw the question out, which is, do you think that Singaporeans, would they seek a new ideology if the myths are found wanting, or avoid cognitive dissonance and simply find new myths to support the current ideology?
Thank you.